We are tWoTcast, episode 342.
342.
No, 342.
So it's 3 episodes?
Yeah, 40. Well, and 42 of those 3 episodes.
Okay. That's the wrong song.
All right, everyone shut the f*** up.
Wheel of Time. Reread podcast. Explicit and R freaking rated. Jono's the wild card, always talking shit. Joe's the straight man, he's a total dick. Tom calls in if he's not too busy. We are tWoTcast!
Hi! You're viewing, listening, or smelling tWoTcast, the Wheel of Time reread podcast. Now covering the Wheel of Time companion. I'm Jono, with me is Joe.
Oh, hey, Jono.
And Tom below me, like he always should be.
Yeah, this is all wrong. It's all wrong. Fix it.
Oh, sorry. Let me take care of that.
Below Tom again and again and again. That's okay.
Brothers on top.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my work password. So that's
That's how it works.
Only for work.
Yeah.
You know what my job is?
Hey, boys.
Brothers on
How
top.
are you?
Hi. Hi, yo, or Co.
Quo?
Co. There's no you. Coey.
All right, sure. I'll take that. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. What an
Yeah,
exciting
Good.
interview.
You're good. You're firing on all cylinders, says the host right now, Jono.
Thank you so much. Well, what do we got
Crushing it
today?
out.
Welcome
we
to
have-
the show.
We've got a show about the Wheel of Time companion. And you know what letter we're on? The
Today's
biggest letter.
episode of tWoTcast is brought to you by the letter Q.
Thank you. Thank
Do you just want to bring out our guests?
Thank you. No, thank you.
Is that
Oh,
your
thank
A
you.
material for this?
Yeah, yeah. I spent half an hour writing this while shitting.
How many more of those do you have?
Uh-huh.
I'm out. Yeah, I'm out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So today's guests are the Queers of Time.
That is correct.
Joe's even the best.
If
comment
I
you
knew
could throw up on the
anything
screen
that I was
just
doing,
says,
I would
hi
be-
everyone.
I would be nailing this right now.
I like that you had
thanks,
to
Mr. Amazing.
specifically add not cat or Camille. Thank you for that.
I did, yeah. I thought it was important, isn't it?
Not cat or Camille. Yep, they're gonna love that. It's great.
half of your show isn't here, you know.
The less chaotic half of the show isn't here.
Well, that's
Yeah,
good. 'Cause
you
we're
guys-
pure chaos, so I think we'll
We'll be sure to.
be good with
make
just
up
that. They'd probably get frustrated with our insanity.
Yes.
Well,
Probably
James
so.
and Matt, welcome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you.
I hope you guys took the time during that 2.5 minute of GoldenEye theme song music to read all the entries.
Yeah. No. I actually wrote a dissertation on it while I was waiting. So
Okay.
I did
I'm
read.
comfortable. Words a minute do you type?
I
two.
was.
Two. Good enough.
That's all he needed.
That's only four and a half.
Great. You studied your math, Tom. Yeah.
It's just all he wrote was the letter Q. That's the whole dissertation.
5 words.
Q hyphen good done.
Yeah.
Did
you're
you
good.
write done?
you should have, yeah.
Pretty hacky.
And he still missed his Q. Thank you, Beach.
Oh god.
Well, let's see here.
do we have a quorum tonight?
Oh, it's going to be Q's only jokes, huh?
It's gonna be a lot of that tonight, I bet.
Yeah. Highly questionable at best.
I mean, I don't know how many more good Q jokes the chat has, but let's just keep them coming to fill time.
Yeah, you never know.
we'll be out of here in 31 minutes. Yeah, is that why you guys chose this, right? Thinking it'd be probably the least obnoxious time to ever be on this show? Or just...
Yeah. No. I wanted to limit my torture.
Yeah,
As much as possible, really.
that sounds good.
Little do
Yeah.
you know that we can talk about this for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But it could happen.
assuming your internet doesn't randomly cut out, and this
Yeah, randomly cut out.
Yeah, I was gonna say randomly cut out.
Yeah, that's what.
That-
Yeah,
that's-
he meant what he said.
Why don't you
You
tell
got
us
the. You
about-
guys got the joke.
Tell us about yourselves and your show. For
James,
those
you
that
start.
don't know.
Oh, I start. Okay. Yeah, we just wanted to talk about gay shit in the Wheel of Time, and only gay shit in the Wheel of Time. So that's what we did. We
And
have
then
a
there's, like,
fairly
14
well.
books of gay shit. So fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Whose
no, I
idea
mean,
was it for the show?
it was me in a fever dream. I posted on Twitter and I was like, I just want a gay podcast where it's just me, Matt, Kat, and Camille just talking about gay shit 24/7. And when I
Oh, so you
started
just
it,
asked the whole podcast, and they're like, "Oh, I guess we're in."
and then I can't remember if it was Camille or Kat that started a group chat on Twitter the next day, and I was just like, oh, okay, so we're actually going to do this. And I was thinking we would go for like 10 episodes, because I mean, there's not much gay stuff in the Wheel of Time, but we're sure making a whole bunch of gay stuff. So,
I'll tell you what.
Are you looking for material that's not necessarily there, or
it's half critique of like
of the lack thereof?
an attempt was made
Yeah,
if you squint
yeah. If you read between the lines,
after
really
you
hard.
got punched in the face a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And take a few shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're drunk
Um,
and you read between the lines really hard, you can find.
You can find something.
Representation.
You're like, it's kind of there, maybe not. No, never mind. That wasn't it. But no, yeah, I think we're just about to release our 16th episode and been doing
What
it
book
weekly
do you want?
for a while. So we aren't a reread podcast.
No.
Okay. So just literally just an assortment of gay shit. The Wheel of Time.
Yeah,
What's-
pretty much. I think the episode they're recording tomorrow, I'm on a flight, so I'm not going to do it. But the episode they're recording tomorrow is on making Asmodean and Samael gay.
I feel like they did.
how would their story,
Okay.
That's
how would their
not
story change if they did? Asmodean,
No.
not too much.
not a big reach.
Yeah, not at all. A little bit,
Samael,
maybe.
he makes a little bit more sense with his envy, his height
Yes.
envy,
Yeah.
penis envy.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Masculinity, envy.
Yeah.
Go
all that
on.
stuff.
yeah. Because this isn't
Um,
really too far off from what our actual text thread is that we just pretend that we're not going to talk about. But yeah, it's pretty much just a whole bunch of dick envy things.
Yeah. No, the episode coming out on Monday is called The Blight Dicks. So,
That's an STD.
well, take what you
I
want
got
out of it.
I do.
Travis King says
Travis.
James rules.
Yeah, that's my husband. Congratulations.
You shouldn't
That's
have
so
said
sweet.
that. No one
Travis
would have
James
known.
is crushing it right now. It's captivating.
Matt, what do you have to say about our
people across
podcast?
the internet.
I am still here. Nope, it's gone. Okay. Yes, our podcast is great. I'm only here because they found me rooting around in a dumpster, and I was the only one that they could keep around, or they were the only ones who would keep me around, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I'm a writer.
Basically, James said, "This is who I want on my podcast," and you're like, "I guess I'm doing it."
Sorry, I just read the chapter again that we're going to cover today.
I'm also getting a bit of a lag, so I'm trying to keep up.
You're
Oh, okay.
fine, Matt.
Don't worry about it.
It's going
If
well.
any- yeah.
Matt, just when you have a thought, just shout it out, and we'll all shut up.
When I have a thought, shout it out. Well, that's not going to happen very often.
Look, you responded to that relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't have much of a lag. Wadaholigassi says, Queen, insert name here, see under insert name here. That's pretty accurate.
That's the entire chapter. Yeah.
But he just covered 25% of the chapter.
You just covered half of the chapter.
It is exactly half. 11 of them, there's 22 entries. 11 of them start with Queen.
Well, that's appropriate.
Yeah,
glad you guys are
good thing
here.
you have yeah, I'm glad we're here to clean up your show.
Yeah,
Thank
there you go. That works. Yeah.
Well, maybe
Working
you're
on
more here to
multiple
clean up the
levels.
show. I'm here to, bring more chaos gremlin to the show.
We need
I
it.
love this.
I like where your head's at.
That'd be a C.
More chaos.
Unless you want to
gremlin.
be a Quaos gremlin. That's my best Q joke. That's it for tonight.
What about
Did it.
Quemlin?
Yeah, all right.
No,
And
I
that
don't
was
like
Joe's
that.
Q joke, and that's it.
Yep, I'm out of Q jokes.
Yeah,
That's all it.
Quemlin sounds like. Well, I don't know, but I don't like it. I don't like
You guys
it.
are, well, it's going to eat into my own material. But you guys are familiar with what a quim is, right? QUIM?
Yes.
Nope. Is it a Wheel of Time thing or just a regular?
Not at all.
No.
No, okay. You can never tell.
Who said yes?
Me.
What is it?
God bless it. The sheer why did I
seems
walk into this
unhappy.
for Jono?
No, it's not that I'm unhappy. It's just that I know what it is.
It's
No.
a vagina.
I'm Googling it now. What is it?
It's
Oh,
it's a
okay.
vagina. It's
Yeah,
a vulva.
Yeah. So here's to quim jokes and queen jokes and all things in between.
So anyway, since Jono's really
We're
good
almost
at
there.
introducing the show, this is our episode covering a lore deep dive into the twat companion with the Queers of Time, and this is a spoiler warning episode because we're talking about the Wheel of Time companion, and also we say buckle up.
Oh God, you guys swear? Huh?
I've never. I mean, it doesn't seem like something we would do, does it, James?
No, I've never met you in my life.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of having never met you, how's JordanCon going? What's going on? Are you excited? What do we have to look forward to for JordanCon?
which
Let's
track do you
delay
have?
getting to the queues.
Oh my God, we have to savor this time together, I guess. let me find the schedule.
No, don't.
Things
Yeah,
are
we have to
going
think.
pretty well. So much of my track, at least, is dependent on
Yeah.
when season 2 airs. But
Which track is
Um,
yours?
Wheel of Time,
The Wheel of Time track, Jono.
Just like
yes, we have one Wheel of Time track. It's mine.
So what Jono was trying to say is let you answer because there's nothing else to talk about.
That's
I
not
run the
true.
Wheel of
We
Time
have a
track
whole
at JordanCon. JordanCon is a convention
Yes.
around Robert Jordan's Wheel of
Go
Time
on.
series.
Seems weird. There's only one track for Wheel of Time.
It's evolved. I mean, there wasn't. You have to remember, there's no material whatsoever for so long, so they had to
Yeah.
find other things
Really
to talk
true.
about.
Like
And
steampunk.
then there's not a steampunk track. There's a fantasy track,
Sci-fi?
sci-fi,
writing
Sanderson, writers,
Yeah, the writer's track. That one makes sense.
makers.
I think when we had Jen and
artists.
Jimmy on, we just noticed there was a lot of steampunk panels. And I brought it up to her and I was like, what do you think about that? And she's like, is there really? And then she was silent for 5 minutes looking through the schedule while the rest of us talked. She's like, there are a lot of steampunk panels.
Yeah,
Because Jimmy loves steampunk. Leave him alone, you
he
guys.
does. Yeah,
Now
Matt,
we're
how
just
many times have you gone to JordanCon, and how come I have never met you?
I've been to one JordanCon, and
Oh, well, that explains it.
we
yeah,
met
that's
3
probably
times.
why you never met me. I'm going this year though, assuming that I can find my way to the airport and then to the hotel and all that
Oh,
stuff.
well,
I
you
get
missed
lost
that.
easily.
It was months ago.
Yeah.
Wait, what was months ago?
God.
the one for this year, Matt.
But I'm going this year.
It's
Honey,
honey,
it's
Tom's doing
it
an
happened.
October joke.
Oh. Yeah, I don't have a brain cell today. Sorry.
Yeah, apparently I'm using our brain
you're
cell.
a good company.
It's
Yeah.
on loan to Kat right now.
Oh yeah, so how come Kat? I know Camilla's in France.
The UK.
Well,
No,
Camille's a trader.
They're French,
And
so they're in the UK.
and Kat lives in Canada. And that's why
Also
she's gonna be here tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not really.
Now, what's
she's
Kat's actual address?
Canada.
I believe you just say Canada.
Yeah,
I just put
true-
cat Canada, and it finds their way.
yeah.
Is it-
and then-
Is it true
You've
that they
got
don't
your
use the
GPS
letter
mapped out.
Q in Canada at all for anything?
no, they
I-
don't. It's
No, there's
it's Quebec.
Quebec. But it's,
No,
it's-
that's just a K. It's a K.
It's
Okay.
Quebec.
Oh yeah, French Canadian K. Not
Quebec.
Q.
all I know about Canada is from what I watched on the South Park Christmas special. So it's been a while since I've studied up on Canadian history. via the South Park Christmas special.
Probably
Yeah.
since Christmas.
Well, it's almost
Cana-
Christmas, so you could like
Canadian
rewatch it
alphabet
and like
history.
relearn,
I
some
could.
things. Yeah.
Good. Uh-oh, someone left.
Oh, Tom just likes to jump off randomly and not care.
Oh.
Yeah. He's a piece of
Don't
shit.
don't pay attention to Tom. He's
I
an
wish
asshole.
I could do that. I wish I
Well,
could do
James,
that with
you're
our
not allowed. You're the
podcast.
guest.
It's called
Yeah,
You can leave your own
disassociating.
podcast whenever you want.
Oh no, Camille would find me.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but it would take her a long time. You'd have like a transatlantic flight
They'd do
to get
it.
away.
From
They would
France.
find a way.
Yeah. All
They
right.
would find a way. The French
What
always do.
What I love is that James's background looks like if you were to actually zoom out on Joe's background, it's
Yeah,
almost
Tom
the
was saying
exact
that
same
before the show. Yeah.
grouping.
Our shelves are very similar. Although
Yeah.
his looks like books. Oh, fancy. Well, you got the fancy covers, James.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that way. I
Yeah,
mirrored.
those are awesome.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
I'm jealous of your fancy covers.
I would show y'all my fancy bookshelf, but it's right next to me. I'd have to move the computer. I have a bunch of
That sounds
Sanderson
very
Letterbounds,
difficult.
and I have a bunch of Folio Society science fiction fantasy books too. So
Nice. Yeah.
Mine's mostly comics. I mean, I obviously cover it up with this tWoTcast crap, but it's all comics and toys because I'm a child. My
Same.
bookshelves are in other rooms.
Tom's bookshelves are trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your bookshelf is map.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a map. That's
Yeah.
all Jono has.
I don't actually know how to.
Whenever
read
he
it.
wants to reread the books, he just looks up at the map
Looks
and
at the
takes
map.
it down and looks at it and just kind of like remembers where they all went.
north and east, then they go north.
It's kind of a
and
fun
they go
idea.
up, and they
I can
are.
do that.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Most Canadians are trying to forget about Quebec.
It's been a K. That's one reason. No Q.
mm,
Well, should we jump
Okay.
into Quim here or no?
Well, I guess we should put a theme song up first. Did we do
Yeah.
that?
Sure. I mean, we can do that. We can do that. If you didn't know already, today's episode is brought to you by the letter Q,
and not by Quim.
and not by Quinn. It's the letter.
Rocket in the sky, but if it's injured, it won't fly. Take a look, it's in the book from Wheel of Time Companion. Wind can go anywhere, but he has to know the embarkation to go and open a portal. Mad jokes about anything. Martin Bailey's cards on page 95, the Wheel of Time Companion. Because we'll read them now and it's to the Patreon.
Yay!
So dumb.
Yeah, I'm like, that was dumb and also incredibly adorable.
Incredibly adorable.
It's endearing. It sort of grows on you.
Like herpes. Yeah.
The adorable
Yeah.
part's Taffy Bennington. The annoying part is us.
Yeah, no. So we're gonna start with the all the Q stuff.
Yeah,
All
we're gonna start with
22 of
Q.
them.
We're doing every entry for the first time ever of a letter.
Hey, we'll
All right.
we'll sprinkle it in with questions for the queer of the time. Like, okay,
Not
so
in
we'll-
order.
I mean,
We'll figure it
technically,
out.
it's just 21 entries because one of them is just see the other. So
Well, that's an
There's
important.
all
Those are our
those.
favorite entries to read.
Joe, do you still want me to give you an entry and a page number, and then you flip around and try to find it?
Yeah, I
and read
thought
it
we
out
would
loud?
say like
But make sure you
definitely
tell
tell me
the
the
page
page
number.
number every time.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
can you go to page 598
Hold on. Yeah,
and read the entry for the Quarry Road?
sure. A rock-strewn track in the two rivers. No one in the two rivers knew why it was called the Quarry Road.
I feel like I know.
Yeah.
I have questions. I have questions and concerns.
Concerns with the Q or?
No, just concerns with the intelligence of the people of the two rivers.
Yeah, that's
have you
what I
met
was
the
worried about.
Emmonsfield
There's
Five?
been hundreds of years of inbreeding.
that's true.
Hundreds.
It's true. Like, no one comes or goes except for apparently.
I
Lots
mean,
of people
except
come, no one goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why they don't know what a quarry is, because they're too busy in their cottages.
Well, they're just like, this road doesn't go to a quarry. Meanwhile, they're all well aware that the world was like ripped asunder. They have no idea why anyone would call it.
They haven't put 2 and 2 together yet. Look, it's just.
I mean, there's a road called the Quarry Road that goes out to unfarmable farmland covered in rocks, and they're just like, well, we're going to farm it anyway. And I'm like, you just not
This
do
is road.
oh, those stubborn 2 Rivers folk.
Yeah. 2 Rivers, they're stubborn.
Maybe that's why I
Gee.
identified with 2 Rivers so much when I first started the books, because I'm from a small town in Louisiana, and they are exactly the same. Nothing there has changed in 200 years, and most of them are inbred. So,
Hey, that's nice. The road to
roads-
your parents' house, was it rocky? Rock strewn?
I like how you
yes.
distinctly said most of them, not including yourself.
Well,
Most of
my mom's
them are
family's-
inbred.
My mom's family's from Mexico, so
There you go. It's impossible.
got a little bit of fresh salsa in that gene pool.
Nice.
How many roads in your town do you not know why they're named that? And then if you were to look at it twice for the first time ever, you'd be like, oh, that makes sense.
Obvious. Yeah. That's an
I don't
obvious
know.
one.
We don't really call the roads by their names. We're like, okay, that's the one where you'll get shot if you go, and that's the one where they have good deals on Sunday for the grocery
Chalk
store.
outline street, marketplace.
Yeah.
That
Bodies
sounds
and grocery
nice.
stores.
What city is
Alexandria.
Sorry, a little on
Okay.
the nose.
it?
That's how all the
Outline
nose
street.
Quarry Road is, Tom.
That's true. It's hard to beat.
What? Hey, you know what? Listen, as important as it is for us to bounce around, can you guys flip to page 598?
Oh, yeah. Hold on a second.
All right.
Oh, wait, I was on it.
Were you? That's weird.
Yeah.
What are the chances? I'm going to talk about the Queen's Blessing, this inn that we've all well know. An inn located in Camelin, its innkeeper was Basil Gill, and Lamgan Dorn was the bouncer. Rand and Matt stayed there when they first went to Camelin, and it was where they met Loyal. Matt and Tom were there when Matt tried to deliver a message from Elaine to Morgaze. The inn closed after Basil left Camelin with Morgaze. Did you know that?
I did not. That's like a weird thing.
The last sentence is interesting. It actually is interesting. I was like, you didn't just like, hey, blah, blah, down the street, like, watch after my inn. I'm going off for a little while. You just assumed you're never coming back to your business that you built your entire life. And you're just like, all right, closing the doors.
Does he
Oh,
own
you
that
guys
building?
Oh yeah.
Does he
I
want
mean,
He owns it.
Does he own the building?
I just
yeah, he's the owner proprietor. I give like there's servants, there's maids, there's kitchen folk, all these people.
Right.
Oh, fuck them. You know what? You're all unemployed. Yeah, suck one.
I mean, the
Gotta
kitchen
go follow
cook
the-
clearly could have like run the entire place, but
Yeah.
he said no.
She did. All he did
She
was
was
play,
already running it.
stones
Yeah.
all day with Tom.
Like, hire a manager.
That's not true. He puts on his bill, too.
Hire a manager.
Yeah, just put it on. Just put it on like Andor list or something.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the cork board in the town square, you know?
I just don't
Yeah,
He's
understand
hiring a
why
manager. Queen's
any
Blessing.
kinds of no other arrangements whatsoever.
That's
Look,
that's
he's a
what was-
loyal
Lock
Queen's
it up!
man. He
He's
is
like-
a loyal Queen's man. He has
Yeah,
nothing
but
else
only
on
to
his
Morgaze,
mind.
No
because like, the
queen.
second she's gone, he's like, I'm out! Fuck this city!
No queen, no
Leaving
queen. Bless
town.
you. Fuck it. Yeah. It's funny because like it's a weird contrast between Satel and An, like who, like there's like a whole point about her selling her old place and like giving it to someone else because she didn't want shit to do with this town. Meanwhile, the guy who's the most famous for like owning an inn, he just fucks off and closes it.
It's actually a really good point. They could have used the money from the sale of that inn while they were on the road.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
nothing.
Glenn said, I want a
Well, I
street
wanna
in the
switch-
road name internet database. Go there and look up why the street is named what it is.
Hmm.
Well, Quarry Road would be really easy to figure out.
What if it's an entirely different reason?
It's named that because
They're
the
just
road's
fucking
rocky.
with us.
But
That's
what
it.
if the road's like mushy and swampy?
That's true. That would be.
What if the Quarry Road
Actually,
really was
Swampy
somebody? Just at one time, somebody was walking down and like, man, there's so many rocks on this road. We should call it the Quarry Road. They're like, that's a
Just
good idea,
stuck.
John.
It's
That's
just a
stupid,
gravel
John.
road.
There's never been a quarry in this entire town. Doesn't matter.
I don't even know what a quarry is.
Let's never explain
Too
it.
late. Yep. Named it Dibs.
Inbred piece of
Dibs.
shit.
Dibs on the name.
I'd like to go to page 598.
Okay, hold on.
Cal, QAL.
Yeah, I'm there.
All right, if you
I
wanna
think it's
read
important
from-
that we go to I think it's important we go to QUAL first.
Yeah,
Yes,
let's
I
go to
appreciate that.
QUAL first. That says C. Qual.
Yes, okay. I just wanted to make sure we didn't skip that one.
Yeah, that's important. Yeah. So that
James,
one's
you
check
ruined
that
it.
one off the list. We nailed it.
I was going to come back to.
I thought you were
sorry.
talking about cows. I was getting kind of hungry. I just had supper, but I could go for a steak. But
That would
it's
be
cow,
nice.
not
Oh.
cows.
It's similar,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, but not with a Q usually. Again, maybe outside of yeah.
But could you eat a cow? I don't even know what it is.
But Joe, please read Cal without a Q, without a U.
All right. During the Age of Legends fall into the shadow, a place where Shaji dueling was popular, fought using Osengar and Erengar daggers tipped with poison. The duels typically resulted in both parties dying. Semerhage mentioned Shaji duels being fought there, which is probably the only
Yes.
time it was in the series, I'd imagine.
So you
Yeah,
can't
largely,
deep fry a cow.
I think that eventually
Shame.
became Abu Dar.
Huh.
Interesting.
Well, I was
Is it
gonna ask
interesting?
You know, where would we be without knowing what Cal is? One of the most pivotal moments in the Wheel of Time series. I feel like my Wheel of Time knowledge was incomplete until now.
Until you read Q. Yeah, I agree.
Until I read
There's
Q.
certain entries in here you're like,
we didn't read the
oh,
part where they-
that's what the Queen's Writ is. You know? And it's fascinating.
Would you have watched?
Erengar and Osengar daggers? Was that known? I
Yeah.
don't remember that. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that, yeah. They were named after daggers.
Would you have watched a fight between them, whether sexual or not, between Erengar and Osengar? Remembering, of course, that Erengar, super bosomy former dude, Osengar, old man who's in the middle of kind of looking like he's lost his mind. That'd be a
Does
very
the-
fun fight.
Does the poison have to like enter your bloodstream to kill you? I wouldn't want to be near that
It's a slow
fight.
poison, regardless, unless you win, like, flawless victory style, you die either way. It's also not a real good fight to be in.
Who would agree to this duel?
Everyone.
Idiots.
It feels like a murder suicide.
I'm so
yeah.
good with a knife.
Probably
I'd be-
money.
Yeah.
I'd be there in a second.
Same.
Or they were forced to do it for sport.
Yeah.
Or if lose.
It
Taran
seems like a
Telamon
duel
forces
is
you
more
to.
of like a mutual, like, I challenge you, I accept kind of scenario.
Yeah, with some sort of glove slap in the face.
Yeah. Poison knife in the face.
You gotta
I
wonder
went-
who the first kid to like poison his knife was, and then the second person to be like, well, I'll follow that.
I'm
Because
gonna
it
also
couldn't have just been like, let's play poison knife game. Because that seems like a bad game.
maybe it just devolved into, you know what, I'm gonna use poison, and then everyone started using poison. They're all just like, I guess this is a poison knife game now.
Like, and at no
Guess that's
point
what
was
we're doing.
anybody just like, we should stop this.
There's also healers at the time. It's from the Age of Legends, like who have that ability, but no, it's like, you're in poison knife game. You're there. For
Yeah, I wouldn't heal
Gar
anybody.
means venom or acid.
Oh,
Interesting.
So does Osengar and Erengar, those two different types of daggers or two different types of poisons?
Two different
It
types
was
of
left-handed,
daggers.
right?
One, yeah.
What,
Yeah.
James? How do you know that? Tell me more. One what?
I just remember the stupidest things from the series.
I was like, what? How do you know this?
James is
one
an
is what?
elder
Curved?
fan.
What were you gonna say? One is what?
No, one is left, like one is a left-handed dagger and one's a right-handed
Oh, one
dagger.
is left and one's right. Oh, okay.
So wait,
That's
if you're right-handed, every time you want to get into a duel, you have to find a lefty to get mad at?
I think you're supposed to be well versed in both.
Oh.
You're
Maybe
supposed
that's
to be able to do it both ways.
Yeah.
that brings us some interesting
I just love how Tom was like, wait, I have two daggers?
The more the merrier.
Hold on a second.
I feel like it would be very infrequent that this would happen. Where
If you
somebody
won't,
that-
I mean,
clearly
you have to.
to a
Seems
cow.
like Summerall remembered it and was like, "Ooh, yeah, those were good fights."
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I bet she had some weird sex there.
She
Considering
definitely
her,
like tortured. She got them when they were done fighting and almost at death, and then she was like, "No, here, let me save you, and then you can
Oh,
suffer."
healing them just a little bit at a time, like edging them towards death as opposed to orgasm.
Yeah,
Tantric movement. Yeah.
she got off on that.
Who would? Matt knows what I'm
Lots
talking
of
about.
people actually.
So now we
Yeah.
know what somebody else. Never mind. I'm not gonna finish.
No,
this.
go on.
No.
Go on, Matt.
Yeah,
You
they-
start a
Matt,
thought, you
thumbs up.
finish a
Let
thought.
me clarify before you do or do not go on. You can say anything you want on the show.
It was more like I forgot which of you said which of you
Oh, it
revealed
was
your death
tWoTcast.
kink. So one of you has a death kink, and then I forgot what I was saying to begin with. So that's all you're gonna get because I can't remember the rest.
Good.
All three of us have a death kink. We've got pretty much every kink.
Okay.
Do we?
Well,
Yeah.
That's a lot of kinks, Jono.
bless your hearts.
Thank you. We need it. God has left this podcast.
I call him Quad.
Quad. Cod.
yeah, to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta
Good old
have
what do you got next, Joe? Where do you want to go, Paige?
I don't know. I'm just stuck on this. Ozengar was clearly meant for the jerk off. Wait, which
Remember,
one's
this
which?
is
We
Age
don't
of
know.
Legends.
Do we know?
They had porn then, so either
Thank
one
you,
could have been the
Wishful.
jerk off hand.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta go either way.
Yeah.
Alcingar was the left one.
Yeah, and Aaron got
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Debunked.
Shit. I don't know why you knew that. Do you just want to come on
That
the show
one I
all the
looked
time,
up.
James, and just fact check us?
That one I looked up real quick. But sure.
I mean, Matt Hatch kind of did the same thing the whole time he was on here. It's just like, actually, and we're like, come on, man,
God damn it.
come on.
Not fun if you use facts.
Yeah. It's much more fun to conjecture and not know.
What? Where do we want to go next?
I don't know. Do we even want to keep going?
I thought
Yes.
Jono would want to do the Queen's Crown mushroom stand.
I've got everything. I have legitimately a joke for every single one of them. Because
Go
it's
on.
highbrow humor.
Do
Humor.
Queen's Guard.
The Queen's Guard? That's what you call it when you put the what is it like when you're it's like an inverse
Chastity
condom for
belt?
women? No, it starts with D. So like
A diaphragm?
Diaphragm?
yeah, diaphragm. That's the
No.
Queen's Guard.
Yeah, it makes more sense than a dildo.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So the dildo, that's the Queen's lance.
You just
That's talent
knock out-
war.
we had so few entries, and you just knocked out two. What's the Queen's man?
Oh, the Queen's man.
Well,
That's whoever-
real quick
Come
though, being a dildo, the Queen's Lance, that's where Nynaeve went to drum up support for land. Just her dildo, I guess.
It feels like a strap-on situation.
Yeah, the Queen's
I meant
man.
Nynaeve, of course.
If you want to like spend some time.
Wait.
I'm sorry. Did I speak over you, Matt?
No, I just heard the most bizarre pronunciation of Nynaeve's name I think I've ever heard.
Nynaeve?
That's old. That's old school twonk. Listen, we've been doing this for 12 years. Okay, you know, we're
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
old jokes.
That's. I will defer to. No, I can't say that. I'm sorry. I can't wrap my head around that. I
12
tried.
years?
Yeah.
What, you can't look forward? This is our future, Matt.
Yeah, this is your future. You're going to be digging into this material for the rest of your life.
This is us, Matt.
Joy.
Look at us, Matt. You could be like us.
Okay, so they don't get shit for saying Nynaeve, but I get shit for saying Simoragi.
It was
I
just
don't-
really
Oh
funny.
Oh my God! Is that what you say? It's so weird. I hate it.
It's okay. Look, it's the Southern thing. We add syllables, we put stresses on
Simoragi.
vowels that don't belong, and it's
I mean, in our defense, we say Nynaeve like Mario says like anything. Just like Nynaeve.
Yeah.
If you say Simmerhage, you're all right, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, embrace it. Or Simmerhag, because she's kind of a haggard old bitch.
I mean, my favorite Matt pronunciation has always been when we were like in a reread video chat and we started talking about Birgitta, and I saw him mute his mic and he went, and I'm just like looking at him, just laughing my ass off, and I'm like,
That's
yes.
the best thing I've
I was
ever
like,
heard.
I don't know. I'm just calling the heifer Bridget. I mean, it
Yeah.
looks like Bridget. It smells like Bridget. She gonna get Bridget.
It
I'm
smells
all the
like
way into that.
Yeah.
Just call him the heifer Bridget.
When people get hung up on pronunciation, it annoys me.
Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes in my mind, I just say Brigitte. I don't say Brigitte. But
Yeah,
I
I say
either way.
Brigitte.
You say Brigitte?
I say Brigitte. I also said Edgeween for the longest time.
I
no
said
idea
Edgewing
why.
for a long time. I did
Juicy
in my
tip.
mind. I mean,
Bridget just sounds like a slur. I don't know what for, but it sounds like a slur of some sort.
I want to know what you think a Brigitte is. Tell us now.
Brigitte.
Bridget.
You know, look at this fucking Brigitte over
Sounds
here.
like something that you put onto your barbecue pit to, I don't know, like coals.
That's a
or something.
briquette.
Yeah.
That's not a
Look.
slur. A slur was going to go.
That's an
wait,
item.
I have 25 words in my vocabulary, and they circle constantly. So it'll be something else.
And what do you do
tomorrow.
again?
I write. I'm not successful at it, so
Yeah.
I
Is it
mean,
just the
James,
same
technically,
25
I'm an
words?
artist. You know, doesn't
You're a
mean anything.
halfway decent artist.
oh gee.
I think I own some of your stuff. It's upstairs with the rest of the crap, but it's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, that's where you keep it. That's where you
Okay.
keep it.
What the hell?
I don't
Let's, Tom, what you
What
got?
did we say to elicit this comment?
All right.
The
no,
Queen's Lance.
Queen's,
You're gonna
yeah,
lance
sorry.
someone's pussy.
Oh.
Is that
Guys,
what
I think we should do something
Cat, what are
really
you talking
wild.
about?
No.
What are you suggesting, James?
I think we should maybe go to page 599.
fucking crazy.
Hold on a minute.
What the hell's
I'll
on
give
page?
everyone a minute. Give everyone a minute to find it.
No, I'm there already.
I'm there.
Please tell me you're gonna say Kintara, Thailand.
No, because then we will be here for 2 hours.
Okay.
We don't read Thailand Kantara. Mystic.
I'll read it. See Thailand, Kintara, Mitsumar. And
Yeah, we don't read the secondary entry because it's not fucking related.
Okay.
it's
Okay.
not related. All right, what were you gonna say?
I was going to go to the Queen's Writ,
Yeah, I like that one.
a code of laws that was supposed to apply to all of Andor, as Tom told Rand and Matt on board the Spray on their flight to Whitebridge. If they mutiny, boy, they won't leave passengers behind to tell the tale. The Queen's Writ might not have much force this far from Camelin, but even a village mayor will do something about that. So it's just this law that exists.
Yeah, it's just the,
No one
the
knows.
laws of the land. Yeah,
Yeah, but it
It's
just
supposed
seems
to be
like
laws of the land.
any queen that's sitting on the throne could just like randomly add to it without really much.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very wishy-washy.
As
Yeah,
a
it
lawyer,
seems like-
I call shenanigans on that.
Yeah. Also, I
That's
like
what
it. This
I-
is the first entry that's been mostly a quote for the answer, but or the
People
Yeah,
can
I-
be multiple things, Quano.
I thought it was weird because it's not like that's the only time that comes up. It was
Yeah,
a weird.
yeah. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird that they quoted it. I don't know. It's strange. But the law
also
itself is bizarre. It
So
seems,
when-
it seems shaky at best, Matt. I agree.
And somebody tells somebody that something they're doing is against the law, and then,
You
and
get
then
it.
they say no, it's not. Does that other person say no? Yes, it is. The Queen read it.
And then they just pull out their pocket version of the Queen's Writ.
Oh
Yeah.
God!
It's
Jesus.
very. They have pocket copies.
It has to be updated frequently based on Morghase's moods, but yes.
Well,
Right
that's
at the
low
end there
needs,
with
but-
Robin, constantly changing the Queen's Writ.
Coming is bad. Coming is good. Who knows?
Yeah,
There's
that's
an endless stream of pages riding out on ponies, nailing this shit to trees in every village in all of Andor.
That's why the Ogier are always pissed off. Stop fucking those trees.
Oh, speaking of Ogier, do you guys want to flip to page 598?
Yeah, hold on.
Yes.
The key steading.
Yeah. What? Read it for us.
It's a steading located in the spine of the world.
Thank you.
That was it. Just making sure we're covering everything.
I mean, we have to cover everything, Tom. That's
So what makes it different from the other steadings? Do they smoke more weed or Ogier hemp or less?
It just
or...
starts with a Q and the location, basically. That's it.
Yeah. I feel like
well.
you're
I mean,
missing the point.
you know, let's dive in there.
This one's in the spine of the world.
Was this
You think-
ever mentioned in the books?
So when
feel
Robin
like
was
they-
controlling it, the Queen's Writ just becomes the King's dick.
Matt, you think the
What?
Ogier
Is Writ a
smokes pot?
pseudonym for pussy?
I mean, what else? What else explains just all that?
It
All of
feels
it, yeah.
weird to me that they would light a plant on fire.
Okay, maybe it's
It's a dried leaf, Tom.
Okay, look,
it's not like it's a
maybe
living
instead,
plant.
maybe they're like reverse vegans, so like they light dark friends on fire, and like maybe
That
they
makes
get high
sense.
off of like dark friend smoke, like just catch a Trolloc and leave him out to dry for a few days, and then smoke the skin or something. Maybe it's like
Holy shit.
reverse.
Matt, in your 25-word vocabulary, I feel like you got a lot of interesting things across already. How much of this is a direct
Skin.
quote from your book?
None.
No, this is a direct quote from his mind, which is even more terrifying.
It's a direct quote from my mind.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm excited to read your
Apparently-
book. Yeah.
Yep.
Where can we
Apparently
pre-order?
studying
Oh, I'm not published. I mean, well, I have short
Figured
stories
that.
published, but not like an actual book. Nobody
That's
wants
okay.
me.
We're not published
agent
either.
wants
Guess
me.
what? People like favorite.
Wait. You say no one wants you, but are you shopping a book around? Do you have a finished book?
No, I mean no agent wants me. Yeah,
no
I'm shopping
agent,
I'm shopping a dark fantasy horror novel around.
Oh,
Okay.
So you have a completed novel. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I've written
That's
like
amazing. Yeah. Hey.
I've written 14. Like Sanderson, I wrote about 6 to 8 novels and decided to shop around the 9th or 10th one that I wrote.
You should have done 6 to 9.
Wow, that's awesome. That's amazing.
6 to 9.
Yeah, for completion's sake. For both. Yeah, well, that's look. I don't care if it's good or bad. The amount of actual fucking work it takes to really make a whole book is incredible.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome. That's
It's a
congrats.
lot of
Yeah, hats off to you, man. That's fucking amazing.
Thank you.
And I hope it doesn't suck. But even if it does, still a lot of work. And best wishes on getting published.
It doesn't suck, but it's good. Whether or not it's good enough to get an agent or a publisher is another thing.
Yeah, well, we can put you in touch with no one.
Well, we
That's
know
fine.
we know like one editor.
We know 2.
I'm a copy editor, so I mean, though I work for a legal publishing company, so it's not like cool fiction, fairies,
So it's like
and dragons.
horribly dry, and you're like, let me nitpick this.
Yeah,
And
it's
I've been
like
confused about what you've done for a living for the 3rd time now.
me.
Yeah.
for
I
a
am a-
living.
I was told
I
you were
am
a
a
writer,
lawyer.
and then I was told you were a lawyer, and now you're a copy editor.
I am a lawyer who does not practice because I clerked for a judge for a year, and it was heinous. And she was like, the Dark One would be embarrassed to be associated with her type. Elida would be embarrassed at the association. And so I hated that, hated her. So I do copy editing now. And I'm also a writer on the side. I get paid for it sometimes, not as much as I'd like. And I do the podcast. And I probably do other things that I can't think of right now.
What
It feels
podcast?
like
you do?
Wait, it's a trick question. Okay, so my brain cell count just goes down the later in the evening it gets.
Well, when
Okay.
Jono speaks, you can genuinely more than not just ignore it.
I just feel like
That
if you're a lawyer in a small Louisiana town that's like by and
Yeah.
large racist with no actual street names, you're like 9/10 of the way to being a character in a John Grisham book.
I mean, I live in Minneapolis. I'm from Louisiana,
no.
but I live in Minneapolis.
Oh, dude, I was
Changes-
expecting Matt
changes
Martin
everything.
second over here. Like, come on.
Oh, no,
Glenn.
wait,
Glenn has an
Louise-
actual question for Matt. Hold on. Matt, do you find there are not enough copy editors out there or on even the major news outlets online?
Um,
Oh, this got serious.
yes, I find.
Well, it's a
that-
genuine question.
It is a good question. Thank
Yeah,
you,
we don't
Glenn.
like
Yeah, I don't think there are enough good copy editors out there because, and it's not just about like errors. It's just about fact checking and like simple things because copy editors also do fact checking. And we're not even
Yeah.
talking like the fake news aspect of it. It's just like simple shit that people should catch and they don't. So yes, there are nowhere near enough copy editors, and editors do not get their just due, I think.
Matt, do you feel that
No.
there are too many copy editors that are doing their work late at night when their brain cells are getting lower and lower and lower? And maybe that's
Let me guess.
issue.
Also, Glenn, no.
No,
No,
It's
that
a
was
day.
that was a talk question.
No, I do my work every day from 8 to 4-ish or what. I don't know. I don't keep
Matt,
track
have you
time.
heard of sundowning?
No, what's that?
That is a thing that happens to like certain old people, where like all of a sudden they kind of slowly move into like certain parts of like almost like Alzheimer's esque, right? So,
Yeah,
like,
no, yeah,
Yeah.
I go down. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
I'm
that's
old.
good start, too.
Are you calling Matt
33.
old?
no,
you do
I'm
also
just-
go down.
Matt,
gonna
yeah,
be early
yeah,
onset.
Matt does go down. That's for sure.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Matt, you're younger than all of us, so don't.
You're the one who made the sundown comment. I'm just agreeing with you that I'm old, and if I'm old, what does that make you?
Very old. Very old.
Joe's
Change.
pushing 43.
No,
Yeah,
I slept on my
I
neck
just hit
wrong
double
last night.
21. You know, I'm up there.
God. No, my brain goes down, and then I'm a night owl, so like if I stay up late enough, then I get back up and
A second
That's-
wind.
Yeah,
yes, James, a second wind.
that's nice. Well, let's.
I don't understand the defensiveness there, but okay.
It sounded dirty the way you said it.
A second wind? Yes,
the
James.
part is he was actually, yeah, he
It was a
was.
second wind, all right. And you can tune into more of this old married couple bickering on their podcast, The Queers of Time.
Except it's for old married people. And
Yeah.
You know what sounds like a really fun time for all married people? Let's.
Someone just
Yeah.
yelled 40 is not old.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron.
That's what it
Thank you, Aaron.
I don't know who that is, but you can. No, go back. He was cute.
Oh,
is.
so I'm gonna look at him.
Your husband's
Yeah. We have an
Um,
open relationship, so that's fine.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Guess
Hey,
what else?
Aaron, hit me up.
40 is not old, says the 49-year-old.
okay,
Aaron,
look,
hit.
you're
James
talking
up. He wants hang
to
out.
non-heterosexual people, and it's sort of like dogs. 10 human years
Yeah.
is more for dogs. In gay years, once you're past 30, you're dead and you're irrelevant, and nobody wants to
No,
hear.
no. It's once you hit 30, you just need to like hibernate for 10 years because once you hit 40, then you're in
Then
daddy.
you're back in the game. You're back.
Right.
Then you're daddy.
Right.
Yeah.
So 30 to 40, just accept your fate as a celibate eunuch.
It's a little bit.
Aaron said, "LOL, it's Ashamanza."
Oh, hey. Sup?
Okay,
You've
so
been in my
James,
DMs.
James hit on one of our patrons. That's great.
Hey, you know what? It's fine.
It's okay.
They're
That's
obviously
fine.
listening to the Queers of Time for a reason.
Yeah.
They love you guys.
As they should.
So I keep hearing about this this Queen's mushroom thing, and it's a tasty mushroom, and I'm interested to get back to that specific
Who's not?
definition. There.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
if you
I'm
flip
very
to page
interested in that.
598, we can read the entry here. The Queen's Crown mushroom, a flavorful type of mushroom. That's all we got.
So
Mm.
I've read some of the stuff. I don't know if you guys have gone to like Jordan's house and seen this thing. So, so the Queen's Crown mushroom is actually a penis.
Go on, Jono.
So it's the
You're talking
head
about
of
the
the
tip.
penis.
You're talking about the 20-minute tip.
No, not just the tip. Really, it's the whole head.
Right,
Because
it's
to
the
him, He kind of, like he was a big fan of the glands, kind of at the back, and was a big fan of that. So that's kind of where the flavor comes from.
Choking Serpent said, "Wow, I did my 30s really wrong."
That's
I assume
Okay,
it's
well,
based on
Choking
James's-
Serpent,
He wasn't.
we know you.
He obviously didn't hibernate,
And-
like James suggested.
No, he did not. I cannot imagine him hibernating in San Francisco.
Oh, it doesn't count in San Francisco.
Oh yeah,
Doesn't-
all rules are off in San Francisco.
I
There are
didn't know
different
there was
rules for
gays
different
in San
places.
Francisco.
Rules are off. Rents.
What did you just say,
they are.
Jono?
I didn't realize there was a lot of gays in San Francisco. That's news to me.
Yeah, there's.
No.
I've never-
No, just leave it at that. Yeah.
no.
That was just a no. For
Yeah.
you.
That's
Well,
actually a
his
myth.
No was because he knows that Jono is
Serious
baiting
all
him.
the time.
It's actually a myth that there's gays in San Francisco. They are actually reptile lizard people wearing gay skins.
Everyone knows that. That's what they have.
I knew you grew up in the South, Matt. Thank you for understanding. Yeah.
It's lizard people. They're the ones that really.
The reptilians. I know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah.
Wait, reptilians from space or reptilians from the center of the Earth?
Reptilians from space. Don't be ridiculous. Also, they
Earth's
live
two
in
dimensional, you dumb fuck. It's the same thing.
Did you ever see the Doctor Who episode where there's lizards below the Earth? Though that was really realistic, and that's pretty much what I'm going to go with because
See?
I believe Doctor Who.
I haven't
See?
watched Doctor Who. Is that sacrilege? I know it's a nerd like mecca, but
It's
I
very
have not dipped into that water.
scientifically accurate. So
Yeah, all of it.
If you believe in science, which is,
Yeah, like a woman being a doctor, that's accurate.
What are you gonna tell me next? Huh?
let's
Next you're
just
gonna tell me
stop.
next you're gonna tell me there's a gay black doctor. God.
It's the most sci-fi shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, like they could actually go to school. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Let's move on from
Matt.
that. Or
Wait,
Matt,
how
it's
many,
okay that you have regrets.
yeah.
I'm sorry for dragging you along with this.
I'm just gonna.
I
blame
knew
it
what
on
bullshit I was
sleeping-
getting into. You didn't.
sleeping
And that's
no,
all.
yeah, no, it's fine. We're all good here.
How many entries do we have left here?
I've got
I
a
don't know, we've
Have we hit them all?
no.
No, there's
No.
certainly
No?
more, but they're all boring. I mean,
Oh,
they're
we did-
all fascinating.
Wait, can I do one? Have we done
Yes.
the Queen's Walk yet?
No,
It's a
Wait,
street
not.
paved with stones and it has a street light on it. That's
Thanks
it.
for
I like it. It's called Queen's Walk, a street paved with stones in Cayman. It was kept well lit by Elaine, but no other queen.
Elaine herself was responsible for lighting that light.
She tied a weave. What a fucking bitch. Who cares?
Oh, so that's what kept it lit.
Well, either that or she just told someone to go leave it
That
go out
sounds fake. That sounds like a made-up fact because I know that Elaine doesn't do anything in the series except bathe
Thank
in
you,
milk.
Matt. Thank you, Matt.
Maybe
Except
she
for what?
had
Specifically, mother's milk poured out of cups.
maybe she had a lot of
Into a
servants
bathtub.
carry her out to that street on a bed and then directed everyone how to light the lamps.
Thank you, Tom.
I want to hear Matt's response again that all she does is just give milk. I think that's what I heard.
What?
Is that what you said,
bathe,
Matt?
bathe in milk, bathe.
She bathes. in
Oh, I heard gave milk, and I thought that was a way
That's why I
better.
said only
milk.
mother's
No,
milk.
because that would involve Elaine doing something.
Yeah,
James
that's true.
loved that. No, you'll never forget
No,
Elaine.
no, Matt. If Elaine was giving milk, she'd have someone else would be expressing it for her into like buckets. Or whatever.
That's true.
She wouldn't have to
Somebody
do
else-
anything.
Glorified
She has
blonde
servants.
cow.
Brigida would be doing it for her probably.
She would just sell all of her milk on Andor fans.
Yeah, Andor fans. Yeah.
Right there next to Queen's blessing. We need
It's
someone.
like holy water, the holy water of Andor.
God help me.
I mean,
And
I
Andor
sadly,
it's just the queen getting milked.
I just immediately thought of Gwyneth Paltrow's pussy candle. I don't know.
Exploding vagina candle.
I'm just saying, Elaine would totally start Andor goop.
Oh,
Yeah,
Elaine
100%.
is
100%.
Rand
Oh my
Land's,
god, how did we not figure
Gwyneth
this out
Paltrow.
before?
How is that not a podcast already? Is Andor Goop?
I'm just glad that
Andor
James
goop.
and Matt both agree with my sentiments on Elaine. It makes me very happy.
I'm
know-
about to go like grab Andor Goop on Twitter and like just make that thing. I'm also not going to. So someone who's a fan, not a complete
Yeah,
dick.
someone do that. Someone do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, the show should just combine her and Gowan's characters. It'd make things a lot more interesting for both Rand and Egwene.
It would be fun. It honestly, it would make a lot of sense. Like as far as like the weird like love, don't love, like but we're still plowing the same person and like seeing each other naked all the time. Yeah, I'm all in favor of this.
Yeah. I mean,
Also,
it's
You guys,
still quasi incest.
shit.
So.
Aaron said she'd weave a keeping around her milk to save it for later. That's fantastic.
Oh.
I feel like
They don't have refrigerators.
so much weird shit with keepings.
Oh, she's definitely going to put a lot of people to work inventing baby formula. She's not putting the work in.
I'd like to go to the Queen's Bounty, if you could. It's
What
not-
page is that on?
By the way, Joe.
Joe, you're muted.
What page, Jono? All I was saying is we got a lot more out of Queen's Walk than I was expecting. What?
Really true.
What page were you? What page were we on?
Page
hold on.
598.
I would expect that half of the Queers of Time viewers would define the Queen's Bounty as Taylor Swift releasing a new album, probably.
It's not far off from what I.
And they're allowed to go buy it without getting arrested.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Charitable distribution of food at the Royal Palace in Camelin. On high days, the Queen gave it out with her own hands, and no one was ever turned away for any reason. No one needed to beg in Camelin. Even a person with a warrant against him or her could not be arrested while receiving the Queen's bounty.
So, like, very charitable. Love that. But if you guys remember, in The Gathering Storm, the Queen's Bounty is actually what Tom Maryland called her pussy.
I was gonna say, like,
Don't you
circling
feel
back
like-
to Elaine and expressing milk.
That works too.
Also feels like a
Is
good
there
moment
just-
for
just
you
a
to have used the
line?
word Quinn instead of pussy, but
Yeah, you should have just used
Whatever.
it. I was like, that was so obvious, John. It was right there in front of you.
What a piece of shit I am. Yeah.
So stupid.
how often were high days?
I don't know.
They're like the main holidays. Like,
It's on April 20th.
yeah. Thanks,
They-
Bob.
Were those enough to get you through the year? How much was this?
No, that
bounty?
was just the day where the Queen actually handed it out with her own hands. You know, they
I don't
did
know,
the
I was
Queen's
just looking-
bounty
Oh,
on
I
that
see,
day.
I see.
Yeah.
Elaine expresses herself then with the milk on the Queen's Bounty days.
Yeah. It's just on that day, she's like, I'll do the work. Ugh.
Matt, are
Once
you
a
saying
year.
that Elaine breastfeeds all the beggars in Camelin on high days?
Uh-huh.
That's what I am saying.
It says here. That's what it says here. It's not us.
Look, I'm just fanficking to make Elaine interesting.
Which is impossible.
It's I wouldn't say impossible. It's
Nigh
just-
impossible.
It's an uphill battle. It is an
Uh,
uphill battle.
If Elaine
To
breastfeeds
school
every
both
beggar
ways
in
in the
Camelin
snow.
every high day, Joe, that's kind of interesting.
It's actually called an up mound journey for her.
I don't care for that.
The audible like groans from James makes it so much better. If
No, I
you
was
could
just
only be
looking up-
if you couldn't be arrested while receiving the Queen's bounty, like what if you were in line for it? And they're
Right, like
that
that's
guy's
what
got
I'm
a warrant.
wondering.
That guy's got
That's
a
what
warrant.
I'm like. How
Get 'em.
effective is this? Like, you get the food, you get out of line, and then you're arrested.
And then you're
Because that
arrested.
just seems like a waste.
You're
Not
allowed.
even- not
you
even-
get like a 30-second head start.
I
Yeah,
am
not right out of
uh,
line, but they're just like, follow that guy home.
I'm not admitted to the
follow him up.
Indoor Bar Association, so I can't answer that question.
I see. Yeah.
I don't know.
Here's another one for you. On page 598.
Oh, okay.
Uh huh.
Got it.
Joe,
Yeah, we're all there, Jono.
what do you
Wait, hold on. Wait, I'm sorry. I was on the wrong page. I was on 599.
Wait, it really sounded like you had to think about that for a minute. Is it because the page number's not on the actual page?
It is on the page. Well, no, it's
No. 598 is not on the actual page.
It's not.
no. I know, but I'm on. The
You have to.
It's on that. Yeah.
You have to
I think-
deduce.
I think when
have
you
to-
said
you
that,
have
you
to
looked at
figure it out.
you were about to
It's
say
tough.
it, and then you realized it wasn't there. You looked at 599 and then subtracted 1. Am I
But
right?
that wasn't enough. He had to flip to 597 and go, it must
Possibly.
be 598.
What's funny is it took me a minute. I had to add 597 to 599, figure out the number, then divide by 2, and that's where I found out what page it was on.
Jono, that's good study of your math. That's a good job.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I tuned out when you started mathing.
Sorry, Matt. I spoke over you. What?
No, I just said I tuned out when you started mathing. The numbers
That's
just difficult.
Queens Highway. What do you think the Queens Highway is?
I can't
above
wait
the
to find
navel.
out what you think it is.
It's her pussy.
No, that's the low
Yeah.
road.
It's her quim. Sorry, I keep creating.
I mean, we all got quiet. We're like, come on, man.
I was muted, but I laughed at Matt's comment a lot, just so our viewers and listeners know.
I love James looked around just disappointed. Yeah.
I expected better. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
The
I don't
Queens
have any
Highway?
historical reason to think
You
better
should-
of
yeah,
you.
you don't. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But I have hope.
If
You have a
any-
lot of
well,
recent
that's
reasons
interesting.
to
You
not
still
think
have
better.
hope, James. That's good. So that means you barely know Jono.
That is correct.
Yeah.
How do you still have hope? You've known me for over a year.
Oh, I don't have hope for you. I don't have hope for you.
News for
That's-
me, which I have dashed real quickly.
The entry for-
West Chisel says our treasure trail, which is what Matt basically answered. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking Treasure Trail. So
It makes the most sense.
why expect better of Jono?
Yeah. Quesher Quail, first off, using Q's. I love it. It's the
Wait.
dumb-
wait, do women have
Question?
treasure trails?
Some of them do. Yeah.
Oh,
all
okay.
right.
It depends.
I wouldn't
It
know.
depends, James. Depends, James.
Yeah.
Have we done the Queen's March, which is obviously down the Queen's Highway to the Queen's Quim?
Into her quim.
But when you're
Also-
on the Queen's March, it's specifically a horn call, so you have to whistle.
So can you say the Queen's Queefing Quim 5 times fast?
The Queen's
Queen,
quick
queen, 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 queen. Nope.
Nope. No, you got nothing. I said it once and gave
Is
up.
it-
I was like, there's
is
no
it
way
a
that's
horn
coming out
call
of my
or-
mouth twice.
Or a horny call. No, I didn't like that too. It's weird.
Edit
like,
that out.
the-
Edit that out.
Yeah, cut that. The siren basically that tells everyone it's danger. It's called the Queen's March. That's a weird thing to call it.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It's I forget
It's
what
their,
that would be.
it's their version of an air raid siren, like
Yeah, but it's a dumb name for that.
Oh, even this
Right.
Yeah,
dumb
it's a
thing.
really dumb
Yeah.
name.
Queen's March. Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
I think it's the tune that they're playing.
I know, I'm sure. Also, I want you to know I did look to see if Queef could have been in here, and
It almost makes it sound like the warning for Andorans of danger is anytime the Queen is coming near. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Queen's March. Let's get out of here.
The Queen's coming.
Hmm.
Pack your shit.
Well, I mean,
That's what she's
maybe
doing.
the title comes from that's what they play when they're on the march to go fight something, meaning danger.
that would be my expectation. Like there is like a relevant point to it.
Yeah,
but
like
on-
a rally song. I'm making this way too normal.
Yeah,
sorry.
wrong, dude?
I'll make more jokes. How dare I?
All right, let's go to page 599.
We figured it out. Today's episode is brought to you by the letter Q. What page, Joe?
Page 599.
Guys, by the way,
Alright,
we're over an hour now on a page.
Yeah, see, we
and-
did it.
Not even a page and a half.
We did it.
It's not even a page and a half.
You know what we should
All right,
do?
Jono. What's
Eh,
your
never mind.
thing?
It's a bad joke. But yeah, page 599. Could you read to me questioners?
A pejorative term for members of the Hand of Light.
The light, first off.
Oh, Hand of
of
the
the
Light.
Light.
Sorry. It's I should have said the Hand of the Light.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, if it's pejorative, I'm for it.
Like the eye of the tiger. Like they say it differently.
I always thought it was pejorative
Ah,
for some reason.
cream of the light.
Did you?
No, that would be a
Yeah, I
Jordan
did.
beforehand.
I thought there was an
Well,
R.
in my
after
defense,
T.
I thought it was
about-
asphalt.
What about
Well, that's much worse.
That's an old. That's an old joke.
Let's explain
Not a
that to
joke.
James in that drill. Joe thought asphalt
It's not
was
a
called asphalt.
I just heard it wrong.
I don't know
when
why
I was a kid. It's stuck in my brain. It's not that weird.
That's where your ass falls.
yeah.
Right.
Now I get it. Now I get it.
Hey, fell down on that asphalt.
They're
You okay, Joe?
Anyway, what do you want to talk about the questionnaires for, Jono? Just other than just reading
why'd you
every
bring it
entry.
That was it. It was literally just to read
Oh,
everything.
that was it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's a hand and light joke, but I was just going to avoid it.
What about how Quillen Taylor has the longest entry by a mile?
Yeah, that's interesting. Is it?
Someone
Yeah.
who matters not at all.
I mean,
No, it speaks more about his wife than
I
it
would
does about
almost,
him.
I would almost love to not read this entry just so we can say we didn't cover all of Q, just like every other letter.
Well, it's too late. We already
Read
brought it
the
up.
fucking entry,
You don't have to. Don't.
Well, we can
don't
bring it
read
up.
Don't read it. It's long.
Well, we haven't talked about the horse. Bashir's horsey.
That's perfect.
Let's-
That's why.
James,
God
let's
damn
do
it.
it quickly.
What?
Yeah.
Let's do the horse quickly.
Quick.
Yeah.
His name is Quick. Please be
So
respectful.
Bashir's horse,
That-
a bay.
Bashir's horse and also a bay. Where was the bay?
Kamloops Bay.
Oh, Camlin Bay. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
But it's Camelin with a Q.
Quamlin.
Quamlin.
Wait.
Quamlin.
Now? After every single Queen's entry, we change it to Quamlin.
Quamlin.
What? Quimlin.
Why not Quimlin?
Did
Yeah.
we do
Just look at
every Queen's entry?
Just about. It took an hour and 10 minutes for us to get to Quimlin.
Well, I think we
My
missed
God.
We didn't do the Queen's Glory and Radiance, which is a very gay name for an inn, if I do say so.
I do find that one interesting only in the aspect that it's not talking about Andor finally.
But yeah, an inn found in Ibu Dar. It was the grimiest inn that Matt had ever seen in the city, and it smelled of very old fish.
Very old fish.
Very-
Just come-
these are
just come
important-
painted those walls.
Not so
We don't have-
radiant or glorious.
Nobody needs to make this joke, right? We all have it in our heads.
We're
It's
here.
okay.
We got
Okay.
it.
I mean,
It's her Quinn.
we're on it. Yeah.
It's her
We're on
Quinn. By the way, the joke was. Well, which joke did you want? We could do Glory Hole, or we could do Fishy Quim. Like, which one did you guys want? You're our guest.
I mean, we were all.
I would
No, hold on.
prefer Glory Hole.
which joke do you want to avoid?
If I had to choose between the two, it would be a Glory Hole.
Okay. All right, Matt.
I mean, we're all going to hell anyway, so why not both?
I can think of a lot of reasons why not both, Matt. For me,
Yeah, and one of the reasons for both for me is because it would upset you.
You guys have only been podcasting since like June or July, right?
yeah, I've
Your
been tired of
repertoire
him
is
since way
amazing.
before then.
That's what it is. Okay. You're going into your podcast with this same back and forth because I love it.
This is just what gay people are like, Joe.
We've never met homosexuals,
James.
actually. This is our first time.
Awesome.
It's a very. You're making a lot of assumptions there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like
All
one
right.
of y'all is being racist towards gay people.
Bracket. I know there's a
Actually, gaysist is me.
Quasist.
Quasist. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Quick.
And now I'm being.
Wait, Rayquist? Is it Rayquist?
Rayquaza.
How many more entries are in this? Have we not?
I don't know.
Have you done Quain? It's so close to Quim.
That's why I started
Literally.
that way.
Oh, okay. Have
No.
you done?
Yeah, but we didn't talk about the actual entry. Not that we need to.
Oh,
Have you?
you guys, yeah,
Have
I
you
guess
done-
it's true. I was going to make a joke and I didn't get to it.
Have you done Karat?
Oh, by the way, Quinn means pussy.
The fifth.
We have
largest
not
city
done
in China.
Karat.
Is there a list
Oh, that's
of
true.
like 1 through 20 of the largest cities in Chongqing somewhere?
Yeah, I want to know where this ranks.
It's
I mean, I know it ranks fifth, but
Yeah, but how many cities are there? You mean? Like, is there 10
It's,
cities?
uh,
Is there 12?
The
Is
big
there
white book.
100?
The world at the Wheel of Time has some.
Yeah, the world of Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time,
Yeah.
the big white book of bad
Yeah.
art.
Yeah, the big
Yeah.
bad book.
That's the one.
Does that
Yeah.
come out in the Shanshan Times like once a year, like the rankings of the largest
The
cities in
rankings.
Shanshan?
It
And the
also
best
has a-
cities to live.
Due to the last census, I think we're at number 5. Good job.
Does
Queen.
Shanshan have like a Playboy that has the 10 biggest party cities in Shanshan that comes out every year?
I would check out.
Fun
their
fact.
their Playboys at that.
Fun fact, James?
Fun fact: there is a ranking of first to 11th.
Really?
Is 12 so far away from
11
it's
is
not worth
honorable
the
mention.
ranking? Why
And then there's
11?
other. I don't know.
Others
let
receiving
me see
votes?
the footnote for this. Oh, okay, it's from the world of Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time. Yeah. Shandar,
All the
Shandar,
cities
the
come down
capital.
into a ring one at a time, and they can only clothesline you over the top rope. That's how you figure out the ranking.
That is amazing.
Shandar makes sense as number 1.
Yeah.
Gotta be, right?
And then it's a whole bunch of ones. The only other one that I recognize on here is Inferall because that's where the Towers of Midnight are.
Do
Yeah.
they
Which, by the
try?
way, is a
Are
Wheel
they?
of Time book.
Are they competing?
Which, by the way, what, Jono?
Is a Wheel of Time book.
No, yeah, that is actually where they got the title.
Yeah.
It's true. It's also it's the best title, but once you find everything else, you're like, oh, fuck that. Who cares?
Yeah, I assumed that was going to be something cool along the Blight.
Yeah.
I thought they were
I
going to
thought it
go
was-
into the Blight and be like, oh my
Ooh,
gosh, there's all
Towers of
these
Midnight
things that we
is-
have to fight past.
All right. Hey, Matt, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to write a book called The Towers of Midnight, but I want it to be about large penises. Go. Like at night,
okay.
like you're having sex with some big old dicks. Like
I mean,
As you do. With
if you
I've already
pay
got
me money
Night.
to write it, I will.
I
It
already
is
have
just a random landmark in Shanshan. It's like having a 10-book series, and then like book 9 is just called the Eiffel Tower. And you're like, what's that? And then,
Yeah.
And then you find out it has nothing to do with anything. You're like, okay, nice
it's
deal,
just
I
this-
guess.
oh, it's just a tourist trap. Okay, great.
The Towers of Midnight is true. They got people to read 13 books. I guess that's a tourist trap.
You know what? It was effective.
Fucking love this. All right. Anyway, Matt, I will send you the copy I've got written for that book.
Sounds good.
anonymous.
It's not going to be anonymous. He told you he was going to do it. If you get an email
said I was
about
gonna
that
do it
that says anonymous, yeah, it's still going to be him.
As long as I get
Although it
money.
It won't be a surprise.
Yeah.
So, what kind of topics? I mean, getting back to your show and not this stupid Q entries. What kind of topics have you guys covered in your show?
We've done
Like, give us
lot.
a flavor, like a flavor of what's your favorite episode you've done so far?
My favorite is actually not gay related at all. My favorite was the Halloween episode that we recorded, which is going to be released on Halloween.
Coming out soon.
Because I am a horror fan before I am a gay fan of anything. So, but if we had to do like the gay thing, I think
We have
You
to.
don't. What I didn't. That was not a prerequisite of this question in any way,
If we have
shape,
to.
or form.
I had to pick like a gay topic.
Despite the
would
lowbrow,
say-
yeah, like, just whatever.
I don't
What you
know.
want.
We've done a lot of really. I think ranking the gay moments in season 1 was a fun time.
So you guys do the show stuff too.
Yeah, show,
Yeah.
books, and we've thought of expanding here and there, though mostly sticking to Wheel of Time and queer related stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, my favorite by far
Now,
has been the
how does
Halloween
James feel
episode.
about that? Because it was his inception.
Oh, I don't
kidding.
care. I'm surprised we're on episode 15 or 16. We have episodes like planned until March.
Yeah,
So I don't know how
Oh,
we're
wait,
doing that.
Just in time for Jordan Con.
I have a question then. That interests me. You plan episodes? How does that go?
Goes pretty well.
We come up. We have a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Spread
So we call Tom.
sheets.
I think
We
it
also
works
have guests.
Well. Yeah, we have
on-
guests.
I think my favorite episode was probably we did our introductory episode where we talk about like how we found the Wheel of Time, all of that stuff, and then we went straight into a 3-part episode on Pillow Friends, and
Nice. Yeah.
just everything about Pillow Friends. It was fun.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Aaron says Matt doesn't look at that spreadsheet. Hello.
Matt does not look at that spreadsheet.
Hey, Aaron, I
is
looked at the
accurate.
spreadsheet today. Thank you.
For the first time ever, and it's wildly.
No, for the first time in about a month.
Oh, okay.
So the second time ever.
Or third.
If you
I mean,
can't
my
read,
favorite-
what does looking at a spreadsheet
thing
really
on
get
Pillow
you?
Friends was this is exactly what women do, right? Like there's no problem whatsoever
Right.
with Pillow Friends. It makes total sense. Once you have a
Yeah.
connection, you're done, right? You're
No,
done.
I
You
mean,
never look back at it.
I was going to say my favorite thing about our episodes is the episode titles. And one of them for the Pillow Friends episode was, well, it's a stress redacted because we didn't want to put pussy in the title. But I said it's a stress pussy because they get stressed, so they have to have some pussy. That is what makes sense.
Oh, I think my favorite moment so far is me reading Robert Jordan's notes on Galena and how she is.
Oh yeah, we loved that entry.
It was real funny.
We probably didn't handle it as well as you probably did.
I mean,
No, I
was like,
guarantee.
what? She's a top?
I read
Galena,
my best, and how many tries did I have to do to get through it?
it was like 3.
Okay, yeah,
It wasn't that bad.
It was difficult to
There's
get
no
through the whole
stress
book.
Entry is great. It's also indicative of like when Robert Jordan wrote these books, though. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm
It's-
sure that comes up in your podcast a lot. Like, remember when
Yeah.
it was written and who he is, like kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm like, remember when
Yes.
this was representation?
Yeah.
Remember when we were happy with this?
It's
Yeah.
weird to think it was 40 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wait, how many
Well,
years, Tom?
35.
Uh,
35.
No.
30. It
No.
was published in
33.
1993.
30. Whatever. Close enough.
It was
But
as long ago as Matt.
is-
At the
Feeling
time this
old.
was written, Matt was just being born.
I was born in '89, so
Yeah,
not
I
too
was like,
far
fun
off.
fact, I'm the only one here that is younger than the series. So
Oh, hey.
Oh, wow.
And yet you're the most knowledgeable. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Also, speak for yourself. I'm young.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
can
I'm
tell
younger
that-
by like 10 months, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Tom's only 28.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it looks great for his age.
Yeah.
1928.
19.
I'm
What's
just trying
your,
to see if there's
favorite book of the series? I know this is a generic question, but it does say something about who you guys are.
I don't think I have a favorite book. I have favorite
Really?
moments.
Yeah, I have favorite
Okay.
moments.
Yeah, but if you could like boil that down to the top moment, what book was that in? There you go, James. See how that works?
You're getting backed into a corner, boys.
I have to
We
Google it. 'cause
can
I don't know which book.
certainly side table that conversation.
It's gonna be somewhere. It's gonna be either book 3 or 4 for me.
Really? Okay, that early?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Three's
I loved
Four's amazing.
the whole series. The slog doesn't exist for me subjectively. The slog isn't a thing that I experienced because I I enjoyed the ending of book 9 enough to compensate for the relative lack of action. I actually liked excuse me. I actually liked book 8 a lot more than people rank it. I would not rank it like in my top 5, but I would definitely rank it in the top half of the books. I actually would put book 7 and book 10 to tie for lowest because I felt like nothing happened in book 7, and God knows nothing happened in book 10 except for circus shit. So other than 7 and 10,
book 10 bothers me a lot less on a reread, I have to say. Like, you know, like as when I reread it and I went from one book to the next, it wasn't, and you didn't have to wait 3 more years for the next for book 11. Like,
right.
it was a lot less of a slog as
I was just going to bring that up because, like,
Yeah.
one of the common theories about the slog is people that read them as they came out experienced it because they waited so long, and then all they got was this.
Yeah.
And then Matt, you read them all in one go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like book 7 and 10 are my least favorites, but other than that, I like them all, and it's hard to like pick because they all have, and even 7 and 10 have, even 7 has good moments.
Yeah. 9 is one of my favorites. I mean, that you've got like Rand and Lan Batmaning around in formatting, which I love.
Yeah, the cleansing.
That's fantastic. The cleansing of the taint's amazing.
You've got Matt going fucking awesome. Hey, you guys. The funniest thing about book 10 and why everyone hates it, besides the fact that I totally agree with Joe. Like we talked about this on our show called tWoTcast, Wheel of Time Reread Podcast. Is like book 10 is much better on a reread, but also if you remember reading them consecutively, like the next thing after book 10 is another middle finger called New Spring, which A already exists in novella form, and B was not what the fuck you wanted to read because you know half of 10 is just a rehash of what happens in 9 of their characters, and so like you're like, right, well then what's happening? And it's like, oh, here's a novel, a prequel. Also,
I understand the concept behind Crossroads of Twilight. You know, like it makes
you got to line
sense
things up. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also like that's a huge event, and it's almost like, you know, Marvel movies, Avengers, there's a giant beam in the sky. Like that's an event that you can tie to. So you get everybody to that event and like catch all the timelines up and kind of like, and then go from there. And that makes sense because by that point in the series, it had gotten so.
Well, especially because there's literally a giant
timeline wise
guy. So way to go with that. Yeah.
Also, RJ had to exercise his carnival kinks, his circus kinks.
Oh yeah, you gotta do that. Yeah.
Have you gone to his house? Like, because you'll see, like, there's all these like weird like apparati, excuse my Latin. There's some interesting things there. Like, he does have his own juggling dildos that are still there. So like he was into some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I toured his house
the more
10
I learn
years
about
ago.
This man, the more it makes sense.
Ago, James. What?
I love the idea that just keep like if you've been to his house because no one, like not many people have, and then just adding.
And
more
James is like, yeah, 10 years ago.
Yeah,
no big deal.
I mean, it was
juggling dildos.
Yeah. No, yeah, his office was. I mean, this was before they started cleaning it out, and he
Sex
was.
toys everywhere.
I'm not saying a hoarder. I'm saying that he had just a lot of weird shit.
Like.
And a lot of weird shit just on the walls.
Yeah.
I wonder how Brandon
everywhere.
Sanderson responded to all that, being a Mormon. You know, because I'm sure he went to RJ's house to collaborate with Harriet.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, just imagine
and he's just like,
little Mormon boy going to RJ's house and like, oh, here's a spiked dildo on the wall.
Let's call Brandon we call him affectionately Branzo Sanzo, by the way. But
Branzo Sanzo.
Also, Little Mormon Boy is now his new name.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Little Mormon.
Remember back in the day when Little Mormon Boy went to Robert Jordan's home
and saw all those dildos and was scarred for life.
I mean, I don't know. I still think the dragon's chair is like the coolest fucking thing in that house.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, that was cool.
You know who sounds elitist? Matt. Matt does.
Why?
Oh, because he's going to see all
the least elitist.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
I'm trying to think of what my. I'm trying to think of what my favorite.
Is Glenn Brando Sanzo? I'm in favor of this.
Are you masquerading all this time as Branzo Sanzo?
No, logs off.
Are there pictures of that chair? I have a picture of Tom sitting in that chair. I don't know if I have. I definitely have.
I
A
mean,
picture
this
of that
was.
stare at.
Yeah, I know there's a picture on your guys' Instagram.
That's probably Tom. It's probably gonna be Tom.
We have an Instagram.
I don't think there's a picture of me sitting there.
This is.
Jono, you're the best.
I think
You're
we
the
have an
best, Jono.
Instagram we haven't used in over a year.
Yeah, we don't do things with it because Tom's in charge of it.
Oh, we should put those pictures up from when we went out for your birthday then. Which
Oh,
has
okay,
nothing to
yeah,
do with
that'd be
podcast
good. Yeah.
whatsoever.
Let's talk about that on the podcast right now.
Okay. So for Tom's
How long
birthday,
have you guys been James? I know you're the youngest of us all. How long have you been reading the series, and like how many times have you reread, if at all?
17 years, and the first 10, 20, 30 times. The last one's 5, maybe.
That's up there. I'm in the.
It
old
just all
school
blurs
crowd of-
together.
I think me and Tom and Jono are kind of all in the same wheelhouse of like we hit a certain book and we reread all those books before the next one came out, and so on and so on and so on. So like all the early books is like more than the next one before after.
Yeah.
But
No,
for
when
me, it
I
was book
started
6
reading,
Currents.
yeah, when I started, Winter's Heart had just come out. So
Okay, so book 9, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Matt, how about you?
Once.
Just once all the way through?
Yeah. I started.
First of all, people said Jono's a horrible person. Don't pay attention to Jono.
How dare I
First of
be
all,
on a podcast?
Yeah, that's
about this
how
when I've
dare you?
read
You've
it
only read it
What
one
piece
time.
of shit
That's
reads
totally
a book
fine.
one time.
To be
fine.
fair, I've read books 1 through 3 about 4 times.
There you go.
I started
mountain.
in law school,
Uh-huh.
and
You went to
law
law
sucked
school?
my. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Started-
what lawyers do,
He's
Jono.
already mentioned that, Jono, but yeah.
I know.
I started in law school, but just to try and escape to some fantasy world where it wasn't filled with awful people, or at least not real awful people. And then it sucked all the joy of reading out of me. So I made it to book 4 and always like stopped it around book 4 and lost interest, or not interest, but just like lost the will to read.
The will to
Um,
live.
I feel like we should probably call someone to your house.
Interesting Freudian slip there.
Up the Quarry Road.
I got to
and,
book 4, and the Battle of Two Rivers happened, and I lost the will to live.
Yeah.
I couldn't go on.
Oh, good.
And then like a few years ago, but right before the pandemic, I started again, and I made it through the whole time this time.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you had
Awesome.
time. Yeah.
I did,
Yeah, time in your head.
and I worked a
That
job.
opened up doors for you, because then when James is like, "Hey, who wants to do a Queer of Time podcast with me?" You're like, "I'm in."
Yep. Yeah. That sounds about right.
And now
I'm-
look at you.
I am the resident non-expert on the show. Like James will just pull random shit about the series out there,
Like Osengar and Arengar daggers.
Yeah, and then Camille and Kat will like pull out this esoteric
And they'll be
knowledge,
like,
and I'm
"Oh
like,
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about."
I'm like, who's...
Meanwhile, you get Saidin and Saidar confused every single time.
It's confusing. It's like pick one and go with it. Just pick one.
You also were like, which one of the 5 powers are boys good at and which one are girls good at?
And I don't remember any characters
equally
beyond
good.
like 20.
James,
so-
I want more impressions of Matt from you.
I don't.
Which ones are boys good at, and which ones are girls good at? Is that how Matt sounds to you?
Do I sound like
Sometimes.
do I sound like a Victorian English orphan to you or
Which
something?
ones are
Look.
girls good at?
Is that why you're wearing the face paint?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, that is. You sound like Professor McGonagall to me sometimes.
Yeah.
Why?
He's like, "That's what's under the trapdoor. That's what Fluffy's guarding."
That's not McGonagall.
I know.
It's Hermione. Come on, man.
I know. You mean Hermione?
Hermione.
Hermione.
Yeah.
Hemorrhoids.
Hermione, the Italian.
Man, let me ask you something. Did you guys know how to read that name the first time you read it?
Hermione, no.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that was like Edgeween for me. I was like, "What the fuck am I reading?"
Wait, I didn't either. But do you
Yeah, what
remember
is
how
this,
you read it the
Niniane?
first time?
I have no idea. I think I read Hermione or something. And I was like,
that's about right. Yeah,
I read Hermione the first time because I was
Really?
like, there's a TV show my mom liked to watch, and I would watch it with her, and there was a character named Hermione on it, so I just like
Yeah, it's not
Oh,
that
was it
lucky.
British?
wildly crazy of a name, but
Did
I
anyone do Hermione?
I think that's what I did. I think that's what I think that's what
I
my brain
didn't, but
said.
I was just wondering if anyone did.
Hermione.
Yeah, Hermione. I did Hermione.
Hermione.
It's French.
Not the O. The O I just skipped.
Hermione for me too, James.
Hermione.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Hermione.
Hermione.
Interesting. Hermione. Her groin.
Her groin. Yep.
Yeah, good old 12-year-old.
You're talking about
Yes.
you're talking about her Quim, I think.
I read it as Harry, Ron, and the Queen's Highway. I'm glad we brought it back to Harry Potter. Just one more
Yeah,
time.
everything's a rip off of Harry Potter. We all know.
Yeah, hey Matt.
Everything is rip off of Harry Potter. Discussed.
Yeah, I guess like Matt, you haven't read The Wheel of Time as many times as others, but you're of course aware of some of like Jordan's influences, which of course would be
Harry Potter,
which started the entire genre. I think 4,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You've read them.
the entire genre of novels.
Yeah.
No, I've
The
read all
written
novels.
word.
I've read every novel ever. Yes.
Well, have you read Harry Potter?
Yes.
You've read every novel ever.
Uh-huh.
No, I mean that's it. If you read that, you've read them all. They're all
Because they're all.
Glenn, Harry Potter is not a ripoff. We've been over this on our show countless times. Harry
Potter is ripped off. Harry Potter is
Jesus
ripped off.
is the boy who lived. They ripped
Harry
off
Potter
all-
was written
Everything's a
4,000 years
rip off
ago
of Harry Potter.
by somebody who wasn't J.K. Rowling.
Shh! Don't say her name.
You know her name is
It makes her stronger.
Yeah. We're trying to
It makes her.
You're giving her power, Matt.
We're disassociating
Makes
the
it
artist from the
stronger.
work as much as we can.
Oh, okay, fair.
But no, I have read every single novel ever written, and I can confirm that they're all just Harry Potter. They're all riffs on Harry Potter. So.
Thank
Okay.
you. Good lord.
We should record that.
Thank
Somebody
Yeah.
finally
Yeah.
understands.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, it's good to have guests that really get it, right?
Hey, since you guys talk about the show and the books, like what? How do? I already know Tom's answer. You're not allowed to answer, Tom. Do you guys enjoy the show? What do you enjoy about the show? So on and so on. Like that. Like, do you like it? Do you like the show?
I do.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I had issues, but my issues were smaller than my loves, and my issues were mostly because of COVID. I think.
Okay. Yeah. Agreed. I think I'm with you on that one.
A lot of people talk about how it was just an adaptation in name only, and I like to point out that there's a difference between plot and story. Story is like a chapter in a novel, whereas plot is the overarching thing. And so you can lose a chapter or two or even several and still have the overarching plot. And the Wheel of Time show changed a whole crap ton of story parts, but the plot was more or less totally intact. And like the major beats, the major thematic things are in there. And I would argue that as long as an adaptation remains true to the plot, it has a whole crap ton of leeway with the actual story itself, if that makes sense. So we don't see
strategy versus tactics.
Yeah, so we don't see them going to Whitebridge. We don't see that the cool bridge constructed from like thousands of years ago.
Right, but those story beats are there in that random
Plot
village.
beats.
Right.
Plot beats.
Right, so like
Green spring.
the story beats are there, and like the necessary elements of them leaving the village, and even Five Taviran doesn't change the overarching plot. I know a lot of people.
Yeah,
are
I
upset about
didn't
that.
dislike that change at all. That wasn't something that
There
bothered me.
there were no changes that I thought affected the plot in a bad way. There were changes that were story changes.
Why
that
Shizzle's just jumping on? You can't put yourself out in that circle. Granted, he
Hey,
did not
hey-
put an exclamation point, but I'm reading it that way.
I'm too
I'm
tired
reading
to,
it that way.
I'm too tired to remember what a circle
mean,
is. Anyways,
Oh my god, this is the. Do you see
I
what I have
said-
to deal with?
That was
James,
just for you,
I'm
James.
sorry. I'm sorry for your show. I'm sorry for
That was-
Matt. I'm sorry you have to deal with him all the time.
That was just a trigger, James. Anyways, I didn't care for the quasi love triangle with Perrin and Egwene. Like that doesn't add to the plot. It doesn't add to the story. God knows it's been done on the CW enough. And
What's the CW?
what?
What's the CW?
CW is it's a
It's a
network.
network.
It's a
We
network.
can't help you with
It
that.
used
if
to
you
be
don't
the
know.
WB.
Yeah.
Jono, come on. What
Um,
he's saying is he doesn't care that Barry Allen, the Flash, is in love with Iris Allen and whoever the fuck is there. That
The answer, by the way, could have been
matter.
cock, wank, anything. But yeah, go on.
Anyway, that was just a very long-winded way of saying I think it was true to the source in the ways that mattered, and I didn't like a few things, but the things I didn't like were small. I'm pretty vocal about not being a fan of the last episode, but it is what it is, and I think without COVID and Barney being a thing, I'm looking forward to the next one, the next season, and the stills and the clips that we saw have me excited. And also I like Donald Finn a lot, just from listening to the Comic-Con panel.
Okay.
Panel.
So
James?
not one person in chat has written the penis of Azkaban, which I'm pretty upset about.
What, did
Sounds like a Chuck
I've been
Tingle
putting them
novel.
all up. Did I miss that?
I know it hasn't happened yet, which is very disappointing.
Harry Potter and the College of Phoenix.
Someone owes some money. Yeah.
2 Wizards, 1 Wizards Cup. Jesus Christ, Dan.
Dan, it would be you. It would be you, Dan.
Oh, there's Penis of Azkaban. Good job,
Well,
Vance.
that
Hey,
came-
Vance!
that came way too late.
Vance,
Hey,
excuse
Vance.
you. Excuse you, sir. That is, you are from the South. You ought to know better than to say something like that.
Hey, Vance, we're looking at you for letter V. You want to come on the show? Just let us know. James, what's your opinion on the show? What do you think?
I like the show. I like that things are different because I don't know what's going to happen. Like,
Yeah, that's-
I know what's
that-
going to
yeah.
happen, but I don't know how it's going to happen. If it happens the exact same way, then I'm bored because I've seen it all.
Yeah, I agree completely.
I don't know. I have a weird, not to like name names or anything, but like whoever that was in chat, hi. I don't care that you can't burn yourself out in a circle. Like it doesn't
Oh.
change anything.
That was Joe.
I think that was why shit.
That was
I
Joe.
can't remember.
It doesn't
was just
change
me.
anything. Like it's lore bits, but
Yeah.
So?
no, yeah.
Can you?
Yeah,
Does
I mean,
does
sure.
someone burn? Does burning or not burning out in a circle? Does it have a crucial effect
No.
on any major plot point?
I guess the question is we don't know, right? Like, so presumably there's a good reason they did it. My problem is
So,
like
yeah, go ahead, Jonah.
my problem is like why fuck with things like again, unless, and I don't know the unless, right? Why fuck with things
That's the
unless
big
there's
question.
a reason to do
Yeah.
so?
Oh,
Right.
I mean, I think no, I get what you're getting. I thought it was pretty
Yeah.
like they're trying to make it so Nynaeve does not trust the one power at all.
It's Ninny
She already
Mom.
has reason enough to hate Moraine.
It's Ninny
like-
Who what? Right?
See, my take
But-
from that burning out was that I thought circles had to have 13 people in them, and I thought
No,
that the
you're just
reason-
dumb about the Wheel of Time. Shut up.
You stupid bitch. Anyways, my
No.
thing was like, if a circle's
just wrong.
big enough, then you don't burn out.
No.
But there
Bravo.
was 4 people.
Bravo.
There was like Nynaeve.
I'm glad we
Annalise,
got you guys to a
Egwene.
point of contention where Matt would call you a bitch. It was like my
And-
favorite. That was what I was looking for. I was like, we just got to get Matt to call him a bitch.
It's like there was like 3 red shirts and our 3 more prominent ladies, and that wasn't enough of a circle to prevent burning out.
Jesus, take the wheel. No.
Jesus does not serve you, James.
Yeah, also James, unlikely Jesus would have anything to do with the Wheel of Time. I don't know if you've read that Wheel of Time. There's no Jesus.
I've read Harry Potter, okay?
Also,
He's in there.
I'm positive that Jesus doesn't know how to drive.
If you
Yeah.
rub enough in a circle, it will cause irrigation. This is very true. If you rub vigorously enough and hard enough in the right place, you will get a lot of irrigation and a lot
That's
of
true. Yeah.
moisture.
All
in
right.
the
Why
circle.
Shizzle was kind of responding to us. I think it's the way the world works. The system is that it's built on. So yes, I agree.
Talking about blood, right?
However, does it need to work that way, or is that integral to the plot? Does that come up later on where that's important
don't-
enough.
I don't.
To where,
I don't
like,
think people
you know,
are mad that it matters or it doesn't matter. I think people are mad that it's a change that's made for really
yeah, I
no
was
reason.
more I
That
was
didn't
more
have to be
contentious
made.
or upset about changes in the show that like affected later plot lines. Those are the parts, and I mean plot,
Yeah.
not story beats or what. You know,
If
like
you
I
want to
like
change something that matters for
Yeah.
a reason.
I mean,
or
it just
that
it's
drives your story
cooler.
forward, do it. But
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's cooler.
in
Like
the
Yeah.
moment,
in the moment, it's cooler, and there.
Yeah.
I mean, I also don't. I'm not of the opinion that the TV show is for us.
Mhm. Yeah, I'd agree.
oh, you're right
It's-
about that.
You can
Tom,
mute
I told
yourself
you you're
again.
not allowed to
That
answer
would be
this
great. Thank you. No, I don't think it was made for the hardcore book fans that care that. I mean, if they make Erengar the left-handed dagger, are you going to be as pissed about that?
Yes.
Like,
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, at
Yeah.
what point does it not matter?
Well, I mean, you're not wrong, right? Like, again, who gives a shit? Like, but at the same time, like, I guess why, right? Why change something dumb like left hand versus right hand unless someone's been watching like internet porn all day and therefore you're not, you know what? I've been doing this, like, you know, that kind of thing.
No, I get it. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's
understand where
basically
you're
like
coming from.
sacred
I-
text.
Yeah.
I get
I
it.
didn't care. I didn't care about changes, small or big, very much in the beginning. But as I watched them snowball throughout the season, and then eventually
love watching
where we
snowball.
got at the end, I was just like, well, now I'm displeased with a lot of this.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say I was displeased with a lot of episode 8, but again, I'm gonna chalk it up to the changes to Barney leaving. I think any show that's adapted from a book should be for, it should be for as many people as it can be for, unless you try to please everyone, in which case it's for nobody. You know, you're never gonna get. You know, if you appease just the hardcore fans, it's going to turn off a lot of people who have never read the books, because a true adaptation of Eye of the World would be sort of a riff
Horrible.
on Tolkien.
Yes.
It'd be a riff
Oh,
on
but yeah.
On
of
what?
course.
Wait, on what?
Tolkien.
On Harry Potter.
Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter.
Sorry, it'd be a riff on Harry Potter.
Everyone
And-
knows that Lord of the Rings ripped off Harry Potter, Tom. We don't need to go into
Okay,
detail.
so yes. So while that was really cool and groundbreaking when Robert Jordan did it, it's been done so much in the 30 years since Eye of the World was published that a faithful adaptation would get
Right.
a lot of, oh God, this is just the same old fantasy type of reviews. At the same time,
Yes.
if you just try to appease to, you know, non-book fans, you're going to get a lot of alienation, which I think has not justifiably happened. I think a lot of people were going to be upset, and they were going into the show to be angry because Nynaeve and Egwene and Siuan and Perrin, you see the theme emerging here,
Mhm.
had
Wait, what
darker
is it?
skin.
Oh.
And a lot of people didn't like that, and a lot of people wanted to go into the show hating it just because of that. And you're getting a lot of bad faith arguments about why the show is not good.
hate
Vance,
it. We're
go
very
to bed.
Harry Potter.
Don't
boy,
yell
you
at
know.
Vance.
Vance.
James.
Honestly, to be fair, if I loved the show and every single thing they did, it would have gotten canceled within the first
Right.
episode.
To
Well,
Aaron's point,
and
if
that's-
creators could sustain this show's viewership, they'd make it just for us, I feel. It had to be for a wide audience. And I agree with that. And I think
I
a
don't
lot
like
of those
the
changes
Aaron
are
Morris.
obvious to all of us.
Too
But I mean,
logical.
there are
Yeah.
minor changes
Right.
that I went, why are we doing that? Based on the idea of like, where would this come into fruition later on? You know, because I don't know their master plan. They might have a very well laid plan, you know. So maybe to say they change something now, then I'm going, why the fuck would they change that? And in season 2, I'll go, and that's why they changed that. You know, like I don't know, but
Yeah, there's nothing more exciting than like raising a question like, why would they make that happen in a circle, followed by like literally one episode later being like, oh, that's why. Well, fuck my ass. You know what? Like I really wish I hadn't said that on a podcast. It's indelible for 17 people who listen to it. But
My
yeah,
only counterpoint
that's
to
life.
Matt when he was talking about plot and story is that, like, I'm not worried about them changing plot and story. I feel like they changed character, and that upsets me.
Which
Oh,
character?
yeah, but for what purpose?
Some of
but which
them
characters?
are different, and I don't like
Some
it.
of them are different. Tom?
But okay, so which ones?
Lan, Moraine, Perrin, Matt.
So which ones are the same?
Niniave.
Rand is close. The Knave is close. Queen is close. They changed Tom.
See, I thought that Lan was fairly close. I didn't think so until I reread the first book. There are a lot of little moments where Lan smiles and makes jokes that I forgot about because he's so known for being this stoic,
He's so dry.
Stonewall
Yeah, cold. Yeah. So my
man,
wife.
but, like,
I mean, he also reads poetry. Like,
but yeah, rereading the first book, I noticed he had a lot of more human moments than I remembered or thought.
Then you give him credit for because it's in between the lines, which is your job as a podcast, I think, right?
So as for Perrin, I think with a lot of those, like, so we had an episode having Allie from Allie and Gus on, and she talked about we talked about tropes and like the fridging the wife trope. That's another discussion, can of worms. I don't feel like talking about it, but it's there.
You're talking about Kyle Rayner's girlfriend.
It's there because it externalizes Perrin's problems. Like Perrin is very much an internal character, and a true faithful adaptation of Perrin would be either him just staring off in the distance, or it would be us having a lot of his internal monologue through the form of monologues. So we had to, unfortunately, get the change that we got because it facilitates a lot of Jesus Christ. It facilitates Perrin's character arc in a way that you can't do in the show if you do it faithfully, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm just talking.
No, that makes complete sense. That makes sense. All right. So, Matt, you're excited for your horror episode on October 31st.
Yes.
James, in your upcoming topics that you've chosen, what are you looking forward to? Like, what's the one that you're like, I want to talk about this so bad?
I'm mostly excited for the episode we're going to do on Shadow Spawn with Kevin. If you're on Twitter at all, Kevin is just this little chaos being that
I love Kevin.
I mean, he has no right to exist in this world. I think is an abomination.
Okay,
he's an adorable abomination.
Yeah, we know you have a crush on him. That's why
That's not true. No.
That's why your camera's going to be up on your face when we're having the episode.
Well, as opposed to today, because it was shining down. Oh, Matt, your camera was down on your crotch the whole time. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay, first of all, don't say that to somebody who has really bad anxiety disorder.
You're like, wait a minute, was my camera on my crotch the whole time?
He believed you for at least 5 seconds.
At least there was a flash of wait, where? No, we're gonna do an episode on Shadow Spawn with him because I think Shadow Spawn and like Agonor's creation of the Shadow Spawn are one of the like just coolest things in the Wheel of Time. Like he just went full mad scientist and was like, yeah, but what if we had worms that turned into dragon like abomination things? Yes, Kevin the Nipple King.
Thank you, Glenn.
His episode will be coming out on tentatively December 12th.
Tentatively. Well, we don't know.
So
you're looking forward to that Shadow Spawn?
Yeah,
okay.
I am.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Jono, I think we're there. I think we need to do it.
We're there. We're where? We're here. We're ready to end this shit.
I think we did it.
All right. Guilty as charged.
Yeah, we only missed one of them. So
What? Which one do we miss?
Nope. We're
I need to pull out my book again.
We missed the Queen's Man, the.
Yeah, Queen's Man, the, which is actually the only one that Matt and I talked. No, we didn't talk about the Queen's Man.
Talonvor.
Yeah, that's it.
See, I know characters, James.
No, I'm just saying that was the only. The only message I sent to Matt about this prior to, like, this was our planning, was me saying we can probably make the Queen's man really gay. Because, I mean...
And you didn't talk about it?
Matt and Rand are there on the way to Camelin. They clearly boned.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Millie Skane is in that entry. How do we skip that?
And Millie Skane is there. Yeah.
Millie Skane's the best.
Millie
Yeah.
Skane's Tom's
She really
favorite character,
is.
I think.
Yeah,
I
I
love
love
that you guys think that you had to make it gay. I don't know if you listen to our podcast enough. We make it pretty gay on our own.
No, I've met Joe. He's pretty gay.
I mean,
Yeah, we know.
You've met
James,
me
you and I
before.
met briefly at Jordan Con too, but I
We
think I
met.
was. Yeah.
James,
Oh,
doesn't
you
remember
were
Jono?
fucked up.
Well, that doesn't
You
sound
were
like that.
real fucked up.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
sound
not
like
Jono.
Jono at all.
You met a different ginger.
Yeah, it had to be someone else.
Jono.
So that's tWoTcast.
There you go.
Yeah. If you have any comments or questions about either my sexuality or someone else's, that's fine. Happy to take them. If you have any comments or questions about the show, leave them below for Joe, who in theory will do stuff while Tom and I don't do a goddamn thing because
That's correct. That's all very accurate.
Well,
Yeah.
fuck you, Joe. You can listen to the audio version of this show wherever you get your podcasts or the visual place where you get your podcasts.
Good.
Thank
Faster.
you. All right.
tWoTcast theme songs brought to you by the one and only Taffy Bennington and Angel Bard of Time. Links to their stuff is below. And thank you to our guests,
Thank you.
James and Matt, but not Kat or Camille.
Not Kat or Camille.
Specifically.
And links to Queers of Time and their social media, Twitter, and their podcast, and all in the description below. You guys check their show out; it's very fun. I listened to a little bit of it tonight.
Thank
It was
you.
good. It was good.
Thank you.
No, yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. Jono?
Fine. I guess let's see. Join us next episode for more Wheel of Time with someone named letter R of the companion, Alan Romankazuk.
No.
That's good. Yeah.
I won't be in a show with that guy.
Alan Romankazuk.
You don't like Alan Romankazuk?
No, what has he ever done?
I mean, edited
Nothing.
The Wheel of Time.
Yeah, but not really the good parts.
I know. Yeah, he wasn't there. He wasn't there for the good parts.
He didn't do the good parts.
I don't think Matt knows who Alan Romankazuk is, but I love the fact that there's just someone who just didn't edit the good parts. Like, oh, toss that to Alan Romankazuk. He can edit that bullshit.
We have an episode
Join us
from
for an hour with Alan Romanchuk and probably Ryan from The Way of the Leaf, and also maybe Rob of Malkier Talks. I don't know. I haven't asked him yet. Maybe.
How many
And then-
fucking people
and
are
then
on
the
show?
following
We
week
got a
we have
lot of
an
R's.
The next week we have an episode with Maria Simmons having internet trouble, and then we shut it down after 30 minutes.
That sounds about right.
True. I'm Jono. Suck brick, kid. Joe?
Keep the change, you filthy animals. Thank you, James and Matt, for being on the show.
Thank you
Tom?
for having us.
Thank you for having us. It's
We love
wonderful.
having you. It has been an exciting experience to have you both at once. And I want to do it again.
Well, I'll see you in April, and we can do lots of things.
Joe, just play the song.
Jesus. He
Good
needs
night,
to say
Tom.
your name. I'm just waiting for him
You
to
did.
say
Study your mouth.
Tom.
Study your mouth.
Twice.
So play the song. Play the song.
I'm gonna go
End it.
pray.
Tom. Okay.
Among the first to start, the tWoTcast was so smart to lovingly bash our favorite books. But that was long ago, and now they've grown the show, and now they got us in their hooks. Don't throw coins to these bastards, they need bars of gold at least. Someone please keep them afloat. Now let's listen as they once again ramble through a book. Let's get the fucking quote. One of them is Tom, but he is barely on. Sometimes he calls into the show. Another other one is Jono. Is he their joker? Oh no. And Joe, is he the stupid one? Welcome to the tWoTcast. We will share our love for books and all our hate in every episode. We'll entertain you, make you laugh so hard you barely can stand up. That is the